I'm dressed up. I'm looking spiffy. I'm on at a reasonable time. I am here to deliver my 5 most confident picks for UFC 320, which I am very excited for this Saturday. I might just end up in Las Vegas for this show to place a couple bets that I like. I'll give you guys my 5 most confident. Let's start at the top. No, I'm going to stay away from the big light heavyweights at this one. I'm going to go Merab Dvalishvili. I believe in Merab because I don't see Cory Sandhagen being sharp enough to finish him. He's going to throw some flying knees. He's going to throw some submissions at Merab, but Merab's too damn championship level at this point. I do think he gets it done. I'll break these down in more depth. I'm going to go Youssef Zalal over Josh Emmett. I think Josh Emmett was a decent puncher at one point. At this point, he is becoming an old man, and Youssef Zalal's mobility is very sharp. I think he potentially gets Josh Emmett out of there. Give me Ateba Gautier over Ozzy Diaz. Ozzy Diaz at least can parry a little bit and move, but Gautier's got those freaking rockets attached to his arms. Edmund Shahbazyan over André Muniz. I think that Edmund Shahbazyan is going to be able to outstrike him. And last but not least, Veronica Hardy over Brogdon Walker. I think that one's a mismatch. I'll break it down for you guys, but let's start up with the champ. You got to respect Merab. I think that Cory Sandhagen is a real test for him. I do. But I think that Merab's, first off, championship experience, cardio, just all that he brings, but also the way he matches up with Cory, I just don't see where Cory is going to win a round against him. I don't. I think that the striking output is too high. He's too aggressive. I think the amount of takedowns he shoots is going to tire Cory Sandhagen out, and I just don't see Cory Sandhagen being able to, gut out the 4th, the 5th round with Merab. I think Merab's going to start beating him up and start wearing on him. It's a cool fight. It's definitely a real challenge for Merab. You see Cory Sandhagen has legit skill. The flying knee maybe is a weapon he can use, but I think that 9 times out of 10, Merab smash. Youssef Zalal is a bad matchup for Josh Emmett, especially in 2025. Josh Emmett, short, stocky bomber. Youssef Zalal, he could stick and move. A lot of move. And on the ground, he's better too. You've got a pretty sharp grappler and, a Josh Emmett. He's not bad. He could choke somebody, but Youssef Zalal, I think, being able to set traps for him is real. And, I potentially gets him out of there, right? I can imagine like a club and sub here for Youssef Zalal over a Josh Emmett. Pretty fun fight still, even in Josh's advanced age. Usually in the lighter weight classes, age catches up to you quicker. I could see that being the case here. Ateba, Gautier, and Ozzy Diaz. Gautier, he does have incredible talent with the power in his hands. You have to acknowledge that he has this special fast twitch about him. Ozzy Diaz is relatively slow. And so you can imagine Ateba chucking his fist at Ozzy Diaz's face and that working, that makes sense. They're bringing up Gautier slowly. And they're doing, I think they're learning from watching, Bo Nickel and watching all types of other prospects, right? And this feels like a real potential star for them. And so you could just see the way they're taking care of the matchmaking here for Ateba Gautier. He's something really wide, 8-1. I don't know, but I see why. It'd be pretty hard for Ozzy Diaz to do anything but kind of stall in this fight. Like, that's one thing. And Ozzy Diaz has come back before. I mean, outside of the UFC, he's shown that he can come back when he's down. I think here he's just getting slept. He's got too big of a head. He's too slow. I like that he moves in a wide stance and parries a lot. I think that will help for sure. It could, get him into the 2nd or 3rd round, which would be interesting, right? It'd just be interesting to see the layers to Gautier's game. Probably not. Gautier knockout. Edmund Shahbazyan and André Muniz. Everybody's got to immediately reference Gerald Meerschaert versus Edmund Shahbazyan, which, by the way, we cashed over on Premium Channel. as a dog bet. What was he, 4-1? I don't know, at least 2-1. I forget, honestly. DM at Mike Finch Show on Instagram will get you in there. Massive dog this week. You'll enjoy. Edmund Shahbazyan should be able to outstrike a André Muniz comfortably, you know, and this is an André Muniz has shown us that he'll wilt a little bit. You know, you start applying a lot of putting a lot of shots on him, putting pressure on him, he's going to start wilting. And I do think Edmund Shahbazyan has his number at this point. You know, the thing to comment here, and this is why I wouldn't be the most confident of the most confident picks, is Edmund Shahbazyan has problems if he's on his back. If Edmund Shahbazyan is gassed out and in grappling exchanges, bad things happen. Take note. Veronica Hardy versus Brogdon Walker. Brogdon Walker had a bad UFC debut. The Juliana Miller fight was bad. I mean, it's just she's not great at fighting. And Veronica Hardy is a more technically sound kickboxer. I think actually Dan Hardy's been a great influence on her. And she's got her own style. I mean, she could grapple probably better than Dan Hardy. She should be able to dominate a Brogdon Walker. I'd be surprised if this thing even makes it to a decision, you know. Veronica Hardy via smash. All right. One more time for my people in the back. Veronica Hardy. We're going to go with Edmund Shahbazyan, Ateba Gautier. Give me Youssef Zalal and Merab Dvalishvili for my 5 most confident picks for UFC 320, the pay-per-view going down on Saturday. I like a dog on this card, okay? You could almost say it graces the top 5, top 6 most confident, okay? That was my biggest bet this week. So if you want to see who I'm betting on, DM at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. We'll get you in there. That's premium channel. Free channel always gets a free bet, you know? It's not my biggest bet. Those I got to give to premium channel, but for free channel, I gave him Tom Nolan last week, and he came through. How did we do last week? We did well. Just the crazy comeback, of course, of fucking Neil Magny. But Carlos Olberg was the most confident pick. He absolutely smokes Dominic Reyes. Tom Nolan was the most confident pick. Strangles Charlie Campbell. Unconscious. Navajo Sterling was the most confident pick. He dominates Rodolfo Bellato. Louis Sutherland was the most confident pick. That fight did not happen. Justin Tafa, I believe, pulled out. That fight did not go down. So I hope you guys have some fun at UFC 320. I am. I'm thinking about going to Vegas. We'll see what's up. What say you, chat? Sup, Dixon? Is your shirt made from snakeskin? No. Gautier is off, Finch. The fight is canceled. I hope you're capping. I'll fucking slide another fight in right now if that's true. What's up, Woody? Thank you. Woodrew Noble. Thank you. Give you a fist right back. Let's go. Finch, after Alex Pereira runs into a right hook and gets slept because he will be rushing too much, do you think he moves up? I think that John Jones really wants to fight him. And I feel like if you're Alex Pereira, why not? You know? Why not have a legacy fight with John Jones? It's pretty sick. Right? John Jones versus Alex Pereira. Put it in, you know, put it in February or March. And then you turn John around for the fucking White House card. Make him prove it. Dana will say, all right, hey, you want to be on this White House card? Give me an Alex Pereira matchup. This is the one you fucking wanted. All right. It lines up for February. And then we'll turn you around and in June, late June, actually, not July 4th, we'll put you on the White House card. Makes sense to me. Damn, it is off. That's crazy. Hernando telling me the truth, huh? Finch, I like the new schedule. Yeah, maybe I'll come a little early for y'all so you're actually awake. Wake up. Appreciate that. Word is he turned himself into ice after getting deported to anywhere to avoid fighting Ateba. That's crazy work, Dixon. Crazy work, Dixon. All right, well, live right now, my 5 most confident picks became my 4 most confident picks. So I actually wrote down 7 locks and I reduced it to 5. Should I give you guys the dog? Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer will be the new 5th lock of the night. I think Joe Pyfer should be better everywhere than Abus Magomedov. The hate on Joe Pyfer, I think, is misplaced. It's a misunderstanding of what happened last time. If you watch that fight back as I did with Kelvin Gastelum, you'll see that when Joe Pyfer's on the front foot and letting his hands go, Kelvin's getting beat up by Joe Pyfer. It's not fair. He's way bigger. You know, he's in the middle of his prime. Yeah, it's a great grappler. That's fair. But, you know, Kelvin's fucking welterweight who's can't make weight. So Joe Pyfer's up. He knows he's dropped Kelvin bad. And by the way, could have easily been stopped, you know. Joe Pyfer fucking pounces a little bit more, you know, but it wasn't. Okay. If it was just stopped, you guys would be singing Joe Pyfer's praises. But it isn't. And then the second and third round come around and he just goes, you know what? I'm just going to fucking ease off the gas here. Why am I going to take a risk and get caught by this dude who he probably felt hits hard? I can confirm he does. The hardest I've ever been jabbed in the face is by Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin can fucking punch. So why would he take a big risk? You know, he just laid off the gas pedal. It was a strategic thing. It wasn't, him and Kelvin are equal. Stop. He knew he was going to win the decision. He decided to lay off the gas. Was it boring? A little bit. Who would win, Michael Venom Page or 2022 Alex Pereira? Dope. 2022 Alex Pereira. All right. Is that cool? You guys good? All right. I'm going to go over on MMA Experts, and I'm going to break down the card with my boy, AJ DeVito. If you want to come see us over there, it's at MMA Experts. Come see us live in 5. And if you guys want to see my bets, I'm going to give my most confident bets, including a dog that I want to drive to Vegas this fucking weekend and bet on. All right. I think that's the move. I think I'm going to link up with my buddy and we're going to go maybe do an interview or some content with Sean Merriman, founder of Lights Out, and, you know, maybe go bet on some fist fights. All right. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, it's peace and love.